Hello and welcome to my, what is this, 16th? Yeah, 16th reaction to Have I Got News For You? Excuse me. This is the first one we've done in a bit. Last one was in April, I believe. Today we are going to do the episode that Harry Hill hosted just last year, actually. This aired on June 9th of 23. It is also the Have I Got More News For You, or a bit more news for you, version. So it's the 44-minute version. So let's do it.
Right, deep breath.
Oh boy.
Firstly, are you okay?
I've got a bit of a bunged up nose, otherwise I'm fine.
Yeah, I got a frog in my throat, but I'm fine too. Not unanimous. This intro's gotten crazy.
Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Harry Hill. In the news this week. In Shropshire, one man is not entirely happy with his wife's trip to this year's Chelsea Flower Show.
Oh.
After police discover a huge haul of Class A drugs at a house in central London, one government minister clears his diary and offers to personally inspect the crime scene. And in Richmond, driving past someone who's broken down, Rishi Sunak spots an opportunity to help a constituent in need.
What?
On Ian's team tonight is the presenter and editor-in-chief of digital broadcaster Vice, who says it's the youngest group of people she's ever worked with. But that was before tonight. Please welcome Zing Sing.
Seth, I think Seth.
On Paul's team tonight is a comedian who once thought about becoming a priest,
Oh, is that
but
Jack D?
decided against it. I don't blame him. Who wants to spend their entire career wearing a silly collar? Please welcome Jack D. Yes, Jack D. We begin with the bigger news stories of the week. Ian and Zing, take a look at this.
All right, what's going on at the time?
Here's Rishi Sunak celebrating Pride by deporting some gay migrants. Here he is deporting them by air, just to make sure.
Oh, and who's the bloke on the right?
Oh, he's at a Nationals game?
This is our Prime Minister. He's had an incredibly busy week.
Not anymore.
He's been in boats, planes,
Meeting chickens.
meeting... I think it's an eagle.
Ah, okay.
It's an eagle,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
No.
Sorry to the Americans.
Actually, I think it's a man in a costume.
Yeah, you're also correct.
What, the bloke on the right's in costume?
Yes.
While in the US, he was staying in the White House's 14-bedroom guest house, but he said he didn't mind slumming it. It was only for a couple of days.
It's quite funny, that guest house is called Blair House.
It's got 35 bathrooms, I think.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you have 35 bathrooms and only 14 bedrooms? Why would
They built the bathrooms before the bedrooms, I suppose.
Yeah.
ran out of money?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're quite right. The ratio of bathrooms to bedrooms is all wrong.
It's madness. Madness.
To do what me and my wife do, is you share the bath water. No, she has the bath first while I watch Naked Attraction. But anyway, so let's start with that trip. Why was he there?
I think he went to America to get his photograph taken with an eagle.
Okay.
And also to meet Joe Biden.
Joe Biden has got to fit him in, and he's got an incredibly tight schedule. You have to go before the afternoon nap, and
Correct.
the mid-afternoon nap, and then the evening, it's all gone.
And you would think he'd pronounced Rishi Sunak's name right, because the first time around he said it was Rashid Sunak.
Yeah, but this time he called him Richie, which is nearer.
Close enough, though.
Donald Trump, when he was reading the autocue and he came to the word Yosemite, said Yo-Semites. Which is, as John Berman, a news anchor on CNN, who himself is Jewish, said that's how Jewish people greet each other.
The eagle is the baseball mascot of the team that, ceremonially people get invited to throw the first pitch at a baseball match if you're a visiting president or prime minister. Unfortunately, Rishi Sunak literally chickened out.
What, he
didn't
couldn't
throw
even
it?
throw a ball?
No, he couldn't.
Well, it's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mariah Carey did it wearing 4-inch heels, and yet Rishi Sunak's asked to do it. He says, "No, I don't feel I'm really up to the job." I
He
mean, we
didn't
all know
do
that.
it?
We're talking about
How do you not throw
throwing a ball.
He declined the invitation to throw the ceremonial first pitch at baseball. According to The Guardian, this is because Conservative MPs were keen for the Prime Minister to appear broadly competent.
I was gonna say, like, did he do it not to embarrass himself? Because it's a little late for that, but...
President Biden was on typically great form.
Oh, shit.
He is a walking
Yeah.
metaphor, isn't he?
Just let the poor man rest.
Yes.
He just needs a good rest.
He will.
What, in peace?
Yeah.
He blamed the sandbag, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Well, I think I blame the sandbag as well. It was right there next to him. He didn't know what's going on. He's got all these bodyguards talking through, oh, yeah, they're looking out for snipers. But he's got no one there looking out for, like, trip hazard.
Yeah.
And at that point, that's what you need. You're not scared about being shot at that age. You're just scared about falling over.
Yeah, true.
It's true. And he'd be difficult to shoot anyway because he keeps falling over. So you know.
And Mrs.
Can't get him.
Biden is looking forward to receiving the 250 quid from You've Been Framed. Yes. Yes, You've Been Framed. 15 years of free money, as I call it. Here's Rishi on a plane heading to the US on Tuesday.
It's like a reboot of Succession with all the attractive people taken out.
Damn.
I think they're watching this morning.
Could be.
If you look carefully, you can just see BBC's Chris Mason there at the
Yes.
back. Can you spot? Shall we play, no offence to Chris, a sort of Where's Wally game?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
do that.
About,
Yeah.
yes. I'll show you some pictures of Rishi surrounded by journalists, and you see if you can spot Chris Mason.
Okay.
Here's an easy one to start with. Ready? Where's Chris Mason? Can you see?
He is next to the current Prime Minister, looking very worried. There he is, yeah.
Yep.
Why is he looking so sad?
He's on a plane with Rishi Sunak.
Look how big that mug is in his hand. He must
least
be
he got a
so
seat.
tiny.
He's tiny. Yeah. Yeah.
He can hardly lift it.
Okay, next one, please. Where's Chris Mason? Where's Chris?
I think
Oh, there he
he's
is.
right at the back. Yes, I like this game.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a good game, isn't it?
yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Chris? Where's Chris Mason?
This could be a trick question. I suppose it is him in the blue jacket.
It is Chris Mason.
It is Chris Mason, yes.
You're watching BBC One.
But not for much longer.
No.
Before he went to the States, Rishi went on a day trip to Dover. What did he take the opportunity to do there?
He took a tour of the White Cliffs and he visited the Vera Lynn monument and he sang We'll Meet Again.
He
to
did
a
not.
group of immigrants who are coming back again.
It was something to do with the boats, was it?
Yeah, he went out on a border force boat.
Yes.
He was there to announce that he'd made a new deal by the very, very unlikely policy of talking to the French. He'd managed to cut the numbers down.
He turned up in his big pair of boots, didn't he?
Yes. Shouldn't that not
Stop
say
the
stop
boots.
the boots?
Yeah, I beat you to it.
There's no real explanation why he was wearing them. He's just like, oh, these things, yeah, that's the way I roll these days.
Aren't they very special boots, though? I think they're from Timberland.
They're Timberland,
yeah.
yeah. This is actually what kids nowadays call drip.
What does it mean, drip, in this context?
It means that he's got style.
Right.
He'll get a free pair of Timberlands at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Which he needs because he's quite short of money.
Well, to be fair, they are very good boots.
Yeah.
They'd suit a Mercedes sports car, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Blue.
Did everyone agree with Rishi about the improvement in the migrant figures?
They didn't.
Not everybody agreed.
No. Apparently some of the opposition leaders inside the cabinet.
Others claimed the downturn in numbers was down to the bad weather. Nigel Farage declared on Twitter,
Oh, God.
"Stop the boats is not working, it's just windy." The Prime Minister was keen to talk about stopping the boats, but what proved to destroy... We've done that. It's the boots, isn't it?
Yeah, we've done all that. This is a repeat on BBC One.
Yeah.
People complain about repeats on BBC One, but not normally within the same programme.
Let's turn to the ongoing COVID inquiry. What's Heather Hallett hoping for?
Or the unredacted information
Yes.
from everyone.
Because there was a problem. The government didn't want to hand over the WhatsApp messages. And she asked for all of Boris Johnson's, and he said, I'll give you all of it. Particularly the bits about Rishi being responsible for killing everyone during COVID.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I think that's pretty clear.
Baroness Hallett asked the barrister acting for the Cabinet Office why it was refusing to hand unredacted messages over. Which brings us to our I beg your pardon of the week.
Your pardon of the week.
Even though Mr Johnson himself says he would reveal them to the inquiry without redaction, the Cabinet Office is going to apply redactions to somebody else's material. Have I got that right?
My lady, the position is that the Cabinet Office is working out its position.
Why doesn't Rishi Sunak want to hand the messages over?
He's too busy posing with his friend, the bald eagle.
According to the Mail on Sunday, various ministers may have criticised his Eat Out to Help Out scheme introduced during the pandemic. Yeah, Matt Hancock dubbed the scheme Eat Out to help the virus get about.
Oh, he is a modern-day Shakespeare, isn't he?
Professor John Edmonds, who's a member of the SAGE committee during the pandemic, told The Observer that scientists were never consulted and that Sunak's scheme was spectacularly stupid. Finally, Number 10 put out a video showcasing all that the Prime Minister achieved in the month of May. Here's an extract.
What a month it's been. Kicking off with the coronation. It was a once-in-a-generation event, from the big lunch to the big help out, and of course the big day itself. This month, like every month, the PM has been relentlessly focused on delivering your priorities.
Who did the voiceover?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
His heart doesn't sound completely in it, does it?
No.
And why did they remove it?
Because it was a bit pants, wasn't it?
Yeah. It didn't have much drip, let's face it.
Very good.
Thank you. This
Good
is
job, Aaron.
Rishi Sunak's trip to America. According to the Sunday Express, it will be the 4th time Biden has met Sunak in as many months. Honestly, Joe, you have met him before. You have met him. This week, the government published Crazy Month, a rap video summing up Rishi Sunak's month of May, which they then quickly deleted after it was ridiculed online. Now, I've had a go at next month's in advance. Here we go. Yo, my name is Rishi. I'm the channel hopper stopper, but personally, I like to go everywhere by chopper. Immigrants take note because I speak with total candor. If you cross illegally, you'll end up in Rwanda. Hang on. I got me Prada shoes and expensive suits, but to prove I'm just like you, check out me boots. I'm taking the Tories in a new direction. Oh, and we lost 1,000 seats in last month's local elections. Crazy month.
You're about to lose a lot more.
Paul and Jack, here's yours. What's this about? Oh, well, sorry, that doesn't sound quite... I think there's that's got a bit of a blockage. Sorry, I'll do that again. That's the point. Why was that in the news?
There was a news story about it going out of fashion. It's not, the kids they're not interested in it anymore, which is a shame, because in the old days it was just parents and teachers who hated the damn thing.
You're quite right. This is the news that the recorder is dying out.
Thank
Because
God.
all worried about it in COVID that it might easily understood how the virus might be transmitted from one to the other if you're putting something in your mouth and blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, they were... Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Perfect.
And it's sad, you know, it's an instrument that's going to go out of fashion like so many other instruments. Spoons.
Very difficult to tune a spoon.
Yeah. People don't even know what they're there for. They just eat them now, not realising what magic they hold.
Yeah. It's like stirring your pudding with a Stradivarius. Just don't know what's going on.
Wrong.
It's wrong. It's all wrong.
What was the original appeal of the recorder?
It must be
I don't know.
one of the basic musical instruments of civilization, you know, the bone flute or something like that.
When you say bone flute...
Bone flute, yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Have you ever...
Come on!
So they're going back to the same joke again.
Yeah.
Ian, did your children learn the recorder score, or was it the harpsichord?
I think they both started on the viol de gamba.
Oh, no, there was a player. Great centre-half for Real Madrid.
What else is new in technology news?
Ooh.
Oh, not the Apple thing on your head.
Yeah.
Not referring to William Tell. The vision thing, reality thing.
The VR thing.
Apple have introduced an augmented reality headset called the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, reality headset. I've got one. I'm wearing it now. This is the reality. I'm experiencing.
It's that thing where they say, oh, you put it, it's like you're actually in the room. I get that feeling when I go in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there something weird about them?
Yeah, so basically when you put the goggles on and if you look at the video of the product, you'll see eyes on the front, but those aren't people's actual eyes. They've just digitally captured your eyes and projected them on the front of the goggles. Yeah. So if you die in the goggles and just kind of keel over, people will just think you're alive.
Right.
Would you like to see one in action?
Yes, please.
No, I wouldn't actually.
Looking away now.
I'll look away now, OK.
Yeah.
When you put on Apple Vision Pro, you see your world and everything in it. Your favorite apps live right in front of you, but now they're in your space. This is Vision OS, Apple's first ever spatial operating system. It's familiar, yet groundbreaking. You navigate with your eyes.
God.
Yeah.
You can see the world and everything in it.
Yeah.
You can see an elephant scratching its arse in Botswana.
Yeah.
Oh, what rubbish.
No, I disagree. Now I've seen what it can do.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can
really.
see pictures of your own furniture in the room that's got your own furniture.
Right, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that.
So you can put them on and then you're travelling through the cosmos. And no, you're not. You're not.
You're on your way to Stepney.
Yeah. You're sitting on your mum's sofa in Basildon or something.
Yeah.
And it's all over when she says, tea time, Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like...
Apple have also introduced a modification to its autocorrect function. Do you know about this?
Yes. It no longer autocorrects the F word to ducking.
It's a bit confused, though, but if you have a garden fete and you've got a barrel full of apples in it, you say, come along to our fete where you can be fucking apples. Will there be a Granny Smith?
Or a pink lady?
Oh, you've been, have you?
What's the latest artificial intelligence warning?
Didn't a number 10 advisor say it would take 2 years for AI to start killing people?
Great.
Can we choose who?
I am.
Perhaps it'll be in alphabetical order.
Yes, you're right. He said AI could become powerful enough to kill many humans in 2 years' time. So that's just enough time to pay off the mortgage. Of course, I haven't really got a mortgage.
I got 6 months left.
Paid it off with an advert for Direct Line in 2007. Anyway, so if you were an intelligent machine, how would you wipe out humanity? Just throwing it out there. Well, there's the paperclip scenario. Do you know this idea? It's if an intelligent machine was asked to make as many paperclips as possible, it might start to look for sources of iron, and eventually it might find out that there's iron in our blood and kill us to get the iron.
That's like a Doctor Who plot.
Yeah. Well, that's how it might happen. So. Just keep Ryman stocked with paper clips.
Or just carry a paperclip. I think that's what you're looking for.
This is the tragic news that the recorder is on its way out.
It's not tragic.
It's not always easy to understand why some musical instruments stop being popular with children. I can never work out why the stylophone fell out of favour. Also this week, Apple have launched a revolutionary new headset at the cost of £2,800. Boss Tim Cook said, "It's the first Apple product you look through, not at." I think we can all see through that, Tim. The Times described the headset as allowing you to live in mixed reality. I guess like Holly Willoughby does. And so to round two, the fishing rod of news. Fingers on the buzzers.
Nice.
I'm so bemused by the special effect. I forgot to even recognise who the person was in the photograph.
Well, that's Prince Harry, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, his... thank you, everyone. He's in court with the papers about the phone hacking thing.
He's taking on the Daily Mirror, isn't he? The Mirror Group.
The problem with this case is just it wasn't very good. I don't think there's any doubt that the tabloids, all of them, were up to phone hacking, but he spent 8 hours answering questions, many of them which he didn't know the answer to. Again, I think he thought it was opera.
When you say it was opera, was he expecting somebody to say, "Where were you on the night?"
It's Oprah, isn't it?
Yeah, it's opera, not opera.
Opera, yeah.
It's not over till the fat lady interviews. Yeah. You shouldn't think that. She used to be quite big, she's not anymore.
Right. I never thought I'd hear myself saying, "Hey, leave Piers Morgan alone." But, you know, I just feel like you think, well, he's making a lot out of a little, it seems.
This is a court of law, and you've got to go in with evidence, and he really didn't have any. Throughout the 8 hours, there's this feeling that Harry just thinks if he says it, it's true. And that's just not good enough.
Because he's never been gainsaid in his life. You get that sense, don't you, that no one says, "Actually, sir, that's bollocks."
Yeah.
You should have done with someone telling him that a few times. I mean, if he'd rung me, I'd have told him.
A lot of people could have done that.
Have you seen what some newspapers are doing, though? They're getting actors in to talk through his testimony.
Have we got any pictures of any?
We have. Actor and Prince Harry lookalike Lawrence Dobius, who starred in Sky News' recreation of the trial. The Telegraph pointed out that he was chosen because he had a beard and red hair.
I didn't see the picture.
Let's have a look at Lawrence.
He's a bit too neatly trimmed, though, isn't he? Compared to the real Prince Harry, he looks like a dog's tennis ball. Here.
He doesn't look anything like him.
Prince Harry did use the occasion to make lots of grand statements. He said at one point that the government at the moment is rock bottom. You thought, does Liz Truss ring a bell, Harry?
GB News had their own version
of
Prince Harry. Watching it, though, I didn't realise just how small Prince Harry is.
Sunday Mirror, 13th January 2002.
That actually looks a bit more like him.
Joint with your friends and your father's response.
Yes.
Your complaint?
I've never smoked a joint in that pub or in my father's house.
He's got the voice, anyway.
Yeah.
What was significant about Harry's appearance at the High Court?
First time since Edward VII, a royal member of the royal family has appeared in court and given testimony.
And actually, the Queen Mum was done for shoplifting. They had to wear a tag for the last 7 years of her life. Sorry, I made that up.
Has anyone else been phone hacked around here? I have. Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I was.
What happened?
God, poor them.
Yeah. I got doorstepped by a journalist who said, "Did you manage to get that loaf of bread on your way home last night?" And I thought, "Ooh, something's gone on here." So, you know, they've been reading my messages from Jane, and that's obviously what's happened, you know. But I sued them. We settled quietly, you know. It was
excellent. I hope
paid
you
my
made
mortgage off with it.
That's what you do.
Where did Harry not appear?
There was a picture taken away from the National Portrait Gallery, wasn't there? Well, I'm sure they've put it in storage and just chuck it on a skip outside.
This is the picture. Looks like an illustration for the Ladybird Book of Family Feuds. To me.
Yeah, I like how they obviously said, look, we just want to catch you in a sort of casual thing.
No, clearly,
Just
yeah.
wear what you'd normally wear.
Yeah. Everyday wear.
At least it's a British uniform.
I can see what a double...
According to the Times, art circles have been questioning the decision specifically because it is seen as being of considerably higher quality than many modern royal portraits. Oh.
Get out of my pub.
Yeah.
Finally, what other likenesses of the Queen made the news this week?
Usually Cornish pasty, isn't it? Someone sees Queen's head in Cornish pasty.
People mock this thing, but it can happen, you know. I cut open a pork pie a few weeks ago, and inside was the exact image of a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
Here was the Queen Elizabeth II waxwork in a museum in Indonesia, which looked like this.
That's David Bowie. That's David Bowie.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad as this one in a German waxwork museum.
Oh my God. God
I
damn.
wonder she always wore a hat, if that's what she looked like. Feel sorry for the poor cow.
That's a plot twist.
And how about these Kate and William ones in Poland?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's good.
That's nightmare fuel.
God, that's a royal vampire movie.
Yeah.
Somebody's obviously being paid by the tooth.
This is Prince Harry's court case to stop him being followed by the paparazzi. Much of Harry's evidence is about press coverage of his relationship with Chelsea Davy. To be clear, that's his girlfriend, not his Kings Road drug dealer. According to Prince Harry, press intrusion caused my breakup with Chelsea Davy. So even he's a bit cheesed off he's ended up with Meghan. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Wait for it. Yeah. Go on.
Oxford cheese.
What I don't understand is why is that not on the end of that rod?
Yeah.
This is a cheese company. They were in the papers because they've put the
Cerne Abbas man.
Cerne Abbas man on the cheese, but they've taken his genitals off.
Yeah.
And so there's an outcry about that.
Yeah, it wouldn't help with all that.
Where's
word,
his penis?
Selected for its special flavour.
Yeah. Really. Yeah.
Matured for over 18 months.
Yeah. Great big picture of a penis on it.
Yeah, spread that on your toast, Grandma. No, you can see why they've done it.
Yeah. I always think with that Cerne Abbas Giant that I think it's kept us safe over the years because I had this theory that an alien hovering over, looking down at that, think, well, we're not landing here.
No.
This is the news that a cheesemaker has been accused of censoring the Cerne Abbas Giant. They removed his 35-foot penis.
His what?
That's not easy to get through customs. Believe me, I've tried.
I don't know if they actually removed it or just put a pair of trousers on him.
Yeah, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Just tucked him in.
Yeah.
Some leggings.
That's the actual giant.
But there would have had to have been a huge pair of trousers, like Simon Cowell's trousers.
No one really knows, though, when which bits of the giant were added. So you could make a case for removing it.
Well, what should we remove, the penis or the man? Just leave the penis there.
Yeah.
Was the penis added later?
Well, no one's quite
They
sure.
think some schoolboys did it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was a face originally, if you look.
Looks like a penis to me, Ian.
That's a new quiz show format.
There you go.
Here's the title.
Channel 4. They'll run it for years.
How did the people of Dorset react?
With horror.
Alistair Chisholm, the mayor of Dorchester, said, "It's just wrong. His member is what makes him magnificent." Vic Irvine, head brewer at the Cerne Abbas Brewery, whose branding shows an intact giant, said, "I'm incandescent with rage. For God's sake, I hope they don't send us any cheese because we won't eat it." Speaking to the Telegraph, the company's cellar master, Paul Watson, said it was done so the label doesn't get too cluttered. But in a conflicting report by BBC News, the company claimed the supermarket said, "Please give him trousers." How old is the Cerne Abbas Giant?
800 years old.
It's 1200, 1300, something like that.
According to the Times, it's believed to have been created between 700 and 1100 AD.
Damn.
Took a long while.
Although in a recent survey by the National Trust, one woman was asked how old she thought he was, and she said, "He looks about 21." This is the Oxford Cheese Company that have censored the image of the Cerne Abbas Giant. Here he is, or here she is. I'm not walking into that trap.
Aha.
According to The Sun, the full figure is on all the company's cheeses, except for those sold in one supermarket. Not sure which one, but I'm guessing it's not Lidl. Time now for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week. Your four are Holly Willoughby, Eric Pickles, Jack D's daughter's dog, and Chris Wapples.
Now, Jack, I'm assuming that is your daughter's dog.
It is my daughter and her boyfriend's dog, that's right, it is.
Right, OK. So do you have any idea why it's there?
Don't know why she's there.
Who was the last guy?
Chris Wapples.
Chris Wapples. Now, he was on this programme recently, I think.
Very well done.
Was this about sort of like it was something like multi-storey car parks?
Car parks falling down, we had that story. Is it that they're all going to be on this morning? It's Holly and Eric, Holly and Chris, Holly and dog.
Yeah. Maybe it could be Nelly on the sofa with Holly.
Is that the dog's called Nelly?
Nelly, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it up.
Nelly. Yeah, Nelly off the telly.
Yeah.
Nellie's let down by Jack, because she's not called Nelly, she's called Dog.
I hope you can back up this accusation.
Yeah.
With evidence.
None at
Prince
all.
Harry.
Yeah. Just made it up. It's my truth.
It's something to do with telly, yeah.
My daughter filmed Nelly watching me on this.
Right.
I think that's why this has ended up being here.
Okay.
So it could be Nelly likes to watch telly.
Nelly is a watcher, and the others are, she's a viewer, and all the others are participants in the medium.
That's not correct.
Oh.
They've all been upset about something on telly. Apart from Holly, she went on telly to say she was upset.
And the others were upset about something on telly.
Upset about on telly. This is the fallout from Philip Schofield's departure from ITV. What did Holly say on her return to This Morning?
Her tone of voice suggested that Phil Schofield and everybody he'd ever known had all been murdered by terrorists. I can't believe he's not here with us. It's all right, he's at home.
He's vaping. He's having a lovely time with his vape.
And that is drip.
It is.
Hopefully he's hanging out with people of his own age.
Right, deep breath. Firstly, are you okay? I hope so. Feels very strange indeed sitting here without Phil. And I imagine that you might have been feeling a lot like I have. Shaken, troubled,
not really.
let down.
No.
Did you feel let down, Ian?
I was just wondering if that was a cocktail, shaken, let down. I think the audience doesn't feel anything except, well, this is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Unlike the show normally.
Oh, facts.
Are you still bitter about being turned down as weather girl?
Yep.
You know what my main beef with This Morning is? That it goes on till 12:30. So.
Ah, yeah.
Still, the show must go on for Holly and the This Morning family.
Bring it in. Thank you. Thank you. I need a Josie cuddle. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, all we can do now is be the family that we are.
Exactly, exactly.
Oh, so...
Didn't Holly leave
here's what
too?
we've got coming up. Many of us enjoyed the sunny weather this weekend, but if you have hay fever, you might feel differently.
Just the most fantastic segue. Oh, my God, my heart's broken, and hay fever.
What I don't understand is why they keep calling it a family, because it's like the mafia.
Yeah.
Better just to call them the audience, really. Well, they are. Otherwise
Yeah.
it's confusing. You've got more respect for that.
Yeah, I mean, if me and Ian looked in the camera and said, hello, like what you've done with those curtains.
Thanks. Thanks, man. I love
You
this
chose
curtain.
the wrong time to make a joke about it.
Joseph Stalin.
No, it's This Morning editor Martin Frizzle.
Oh, yes, the aubergine.
Yeah. Basically, it was his attempt at a joke. Should we have a look at it?
Yeah, by all means.
Is there a toxic work environment at This Morning?
I'll tell you what's toxic. I've always found toxic. Is aubergine. Do you like aubergine? Do you?
Is there a toxic work environment?
But do you like
at This
aubergine?
Morning?
Because I don't like aubergine. It's just a personal thing.
Well, in defence of Martin, he's a neighbour of mine, and I'd had him over for dinner the night before. Unbeknownst to me,
yes,
I served up aubergine and...
Damn.
In order to head
Classic
off further
mistake.
controversy, this week's British Soap Awards was hosted not by Philip Schofield, but by Jane McDonald, famous for her TV series, Cruising with Jane McDonald. I tuned in to GB News to see what Eamon Holmes had to say about the situation, but no one told him the cameras were running.
I'm the bitch. If only they knew.
Only they knew.
Pussycat me.
Oh, no, how the fuck did I get home today?
Climate change is making turbulence on planes worse. That's according to Paul Williams, who's a professor of atmospheric science.
You sure we're on air?
We are.
Be nice if somebody spoke to us.
I think our batteries won't
Thank
change.
you. Thank you very much
What's wrong
indeed.
with bro on the right? It looks like he's melting.
Oh, how the fuck do you get home? In the background, you can hear someone going,
It's incredible for GB News that we replay those clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the audience goes from naught to our entire audience.
That's how Eamon Holmes pays off his mortgage.
Eamon.
Ah.
He's called.
Eamon.
Eamon.
I don't actually know who he is.
Chris Wapples was mentioned on this programme recently by Richard Ayawadi. Let's have a look.
Hey.
According to research, multi-storey car parks will struggle with the increased number of electric cars on the road because they're much heavier than their fossil fuel-burning counterparts. That is, according to lead scientist Chris Wapples.
Awesome name.
Why was he upset?
That's not how you pronounce his name? Is it Chris Wapples?
Well, Chris emailed to say he wasn't a lead scientist.
Ah.
In fact, a structural engineer and parking consultant.
You can't park there.
It's very modest of him, though.
It is very modest.
It is, yeah.
So I'd like to say sorry to Mr. Wapples, winner of Best New Car Park 2011, winner of the British Parking Association Lifetime Achievement Award 2015, chairman of the British Parking Association Structures and Asset Management Special Interest Group, but categorically not a lead scientist.
Right. Definitely.
And what was Mr. Pickles upset about? He's meant to regulate ministers taking jobs.
No one told him about Nadine Dorries having a show on Talk TV.
Yeah, well, that's because no one's seen it.
No one told anyone.
That's shocking.
Yeah, I don't think she runs anything by anybody.
No.
She went on, I'm a celebrity, give me the money, didn't she? Without telling people.
Yes,
That's right.
And said she could best represent her constituents by not being there, which is true.
We talked about Jack Dee's daughter's dog before, but let's see what was on TV that upset her.
Oh, no.
I'm Jack Dee, as his...
Well, for sending that video in, just make sure she gets it.
He's gonna pay off her mortgage with that.
They've all been upset by something they've seen on the telly, apart from Holly Willoughby, who made a special statement about how upset she was on the telly. After everyone else had said their piece, it took Holly Willoughby more than a week to make a statement. Not like her to be last in the queue. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Buzzword, the magazine of the Bumblebee Conservation Trust.
Bet.
You can get your copy for cash, or if you've got enough of them, nectar points.
What about Callisto, Chris?
We start with...
I guess some of
in
those.
summer, bumblebees spend their nights what?
Sing Sting's greatest hits. Massage in a brothel. That was their biggest hit.
Yeah.
Massage in a brothel.
In summer, bumblebees spend their nights cruising hedgerows looking for queens.
Sounds all right. Sam.
They've done the joke already.
Way ahead of us on all of these.
Yeah.
Confusing road sign tells drivers what?
Fuck off.
To Britain.
You're clear for takeoff.
To walk, to turn left and turn right. You see that one sign, road sign that always gets me is the one which says low-flying aeroplanes. Like, how are you meant to adjust your behaviour? Sort of sit lower in the seat or something?
Yeah.
Isn't it do not turn your head?
That's it, not to turn their heads.
Ah.
Here's the sign in full. No turning head. And the one above it was supposed to be an H for hospital, but the Conservatives haven't built it yet.
And they won't.
If you find a what, consider yourself very lucky.
GP.
A reason to live.
Leprechaun.
Or even live.
A reason to live.
Has the show been that bad?
Beehive. Beehive, you said. Beehive.
You're quite right. If you find a bumblebee nest, consider yourself very lucky. Next, llama.
Bumblebee nest.
What in Lancashire?
Kidnapped.
Goes rogue.
Yes, llama goes rogue in Lancashire. Llama from Yorkshire, found in Lancashire.
Llama kills 6.
So I have holiday.
Llama causes traffic chaos in Lancashire. BBC News report began with the words, "A llama caused a drama," but sadly didn't end with when it crashed into Bananarama and Keir Starmer on their way to Panorama. Bee enthusiast Malcolm Spooner should be what?
Avoided at cocktail parties.
Should be applauded for his efforts to raise awareness about bees.
Close.
Should not be applauded for his efforts to raise awareness about bees.
Considered most important bee recorder in Devon and Cornwall before 1990. Spooner began counting bees in the 1920s. Obviously, it's easier now as there's hardly any left.
Yeah.
Well, I say that. There's always loads in my bee traps. Finally, the Royal Horticultural Society has seen sense and what?
Banned Malcolm Spooner.
Disbanded. Has seen sense and has stopped calling tulips Your Highness.
They've embraced weeds.
It's not on your card.
I can't find it.
No.
Well, the answer could be anything.
Finally, the Royal Horticultural Society has seen sense and stopped labelling garden animals as pests. Under the RHS's new system, the word pest will only be applied to 9 species of slug, a few species of aphids, and His Royal Highness the Duke of York. Dog breaks record for world's longest...
Blinus.
What?
Tongue. I saw that story.
Yeah, tongue. Here is the record breaker.
Yes. That's him.
Whoa!
That's extraordinary.
That looks painful.
Yeah, I bet your dog Nellie's paying attention now.
Yes,
Jack.
she is. Yeah.
If you've...
We found the level.
Yeah. That brings us to the end of the show. So who's won? Well, I liked Ian's team, but I also liked Paul's team, but which was better? There's only one way to find out, by checking the score. Ian and Singh, you're on 6 points. Paul and Jack, you're on 7.
Oh,
well done.
Well done.
But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Whoa.
Cheese company auditions new model.
New Pope is chosen. Well, we can see you're not Jewish.
Yeah.
On which note, we say thank you to our panellists Ian Hislop and Zing Singh, Paul Merton and Jack D. And I leave you with news that as he tries to shake off the Captain Hindsight nickname before the next general election, Keir Starmer immediately regrets letting Twitter users choose his new one. As preparations get underway for the Hampton Court Garden Festival, a member of the King's Guard privately wonders if anyone has a spare hay fever tablet. And at the Rowntree factory in York, attendants tried to help Jeremy Hunt after a terrible accident with the chocolate dipping machine.
Whoa.
You did order a flake with that. Good night.
That iRobot sequel was crazy. That was interesting because, like, that was the first time I had really seen Harry Hill doing something, like, out of gimmick, you know? Like, he was still in the gimmick, but not really. He was just kind of, like, talking normally and wasn't high energy. So, not that I'm complaining, but it was a bit strange. It was a bit strange. It's the first time I've ever seen Zing sing in anything. What does she do? She's journalist, nonfiction author, podcaster. She used to be the editor-in-chief of Vice UK. Wrote a couple books. Okay. And obviously I know about Jack D. Know about him, obviously. So yeah, hopefully I can get this on YouTube. I've gotten all the hours on YouTube, but the copyright's a bit shoddy on this recently, so I'm not entirely sure. If you have any other suggestions, could be new series, old series, there's a series ongoing right now, for me to watch of this show, let me know. I'm open to anything, really. This show has a fucking bajillion episodes. How many does it have, actually, as of this moment? As of this moment, it has 602 episodes. Dear Lord. They're currently in series 68. Like, right now. That's crazy. Charlie Brooker's still doing episodes. He hosted an episode, or he's hosting an episode soon. It hasn't aired yet. He's hosting the episode that airs on the 25th. It's interesting. Alright, well, that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, they're all in the video description, as well as names on my Patrons. If you didn't know, you could be Patreon me for as low as $1 or £1, and you get extra reaction videos, as well as reading comments up there, sometimes more. With all being said, though, my name is Stafford Steens, from Never Reaction. Have I got news for you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.